My name is Mike Devine, and I'll be talking about The Outsiders. The main character's name is Ponyboy Curtis. Ponyboy has a ponytail. You know, he has like long blonde hair, I think. And he's a poor kid that lives in Oklahoma. And in their town, there are two main social groups between the teenagers. They're all teenagers, right? Yeah. So there's the poor kids and the rich kids, right? So there's the greasers, and they're always in a constant feud with the socias. I call them socks because they fucking spell socks. It's like the rich white collar assholes, right? The greasers and the socias always hate each other for reasons. Ponyboy is a little hotshot kid, and in the group of the greasers, they got Ponyboy. His brother's name is Dally. So his brother's name is Derry. There's also Dally, and Soda Pop, and 2-Bit. So Johnny is his friend, and this guy named Steve. So the greasers, they're hanging out, they're doing whatever they gotta do, and I believe they go to a drive-in movie theater, and they hook up. I shouldn't say hook up. They get to talking with some of the Soch girls. This takes place in the 50s, I think. So it's really like, milkshakes, drive-in, soda pop, racism, all that stuff. And their names are Marcia and Cherry. And Ponyboy, and I think it was Dally was the one who flirted with the girls. And he was obnoxiously flirting. He was like, what's up, girl? Hey, what you sitting on tonight? The two Soch guys who really are just not okay with this. So Bob and Randy are like, no. So they start roughing them up or whatever, and Johnny kills Bob. The girls just leave with their boyfriends. Yeah, so Derry's the guardian of Ponyboy, and Ponyboy goes home late, and Derry's like, what the hell are you doing out so late? So Ponyboy is like, yeah, so he leaves. So they meet up with the Socias who threatened to, to drown Ponyboy and beat up Johnny. So they start to drown him and he blacks out. Oh wait, no. And then he wakes up. He wakes up next to next to Johnny. And Bob's corpse is like there because Johnny fucking killed him. I don't know what happened to Randy, but like Bob's dead. And Pony's like, oh my god, dude, what are we gonna do? So they decide to hide out in a church, an abandoned church, and Derry, like Dairy Farm, gets a word of what's going on, and he decides to give Ponyboy a gun. Dally's the one who gives him a gun. Derry's the brother, who is apparently a piece of shit now, and they just so happen to notice that it's on fire after about a week, and they run out, and it also just so happens that there's a group of children there. So what do? Do the gentlemen have a conscience? I think so, yeah. I would say that they have a conscience. So they run back into the church and try and save the kids. They scoop them out one by one, but Johnny gets severe burns and gets rushed to the hospital. Ponyboy gets a concussion, so he didn't get the concussion till later, but, he escaped the church. And then, word gets around, people talk. Marcia and Cherry are, having Sundays or whatever, milkshakes. So Marcia and Cherry are somewhere in the picture. And so Ponyboy goes home and confides in his brother that Johnny has made a terrible mistake. However, there's still this battle building up between the greasers and the Soches. So Ponyboy goes home and he confides in Derry. Derry's the brother, yeah. So he confides in Derry as to what had happened, and they kind of devise a little plan to get some search and rescue there. So Johnny's in the hospital with a broken back.
Yeah.
Okay, so their homes are shitty. Johnny has been charged with manslaughter because he killed Bobbert. So they need to go to court to argue their point. There's a big event planned between the greasers and the Soches to really fight each other. It's called the Rumble. Randy apparently is not going to the Rumble, and he decides to confide that into Ponyboy and 2-bit. So they continue on. So Bob's dead, and I assume Bob and Cherry were making whoopee. So Cherry refused to visit Johnny in the jail, in the hospital, because he broke his back. Yeah, that was him. So the Greasers win the Rumble, and Johnny dies in the hospital from his broken back. The Greasers win the Rumble. Dally robbed a convenience store and got killed by the police, because he's also a punk bitch. And this destroyed Derry. So Ponyboy goes to court, and it is determined that he is found not guilty. And I think, in a way, to avenge the deaths of his fellow Greasers, he decides to write a be-all, tell-all, end-all essay, which tells the story of what happened. Soda Pop asked them to stop fighting, and they did.